What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another review. Sit down, get connected. Today is Kaiju number 8. Now listen, I stumbled across this anime when I was making my review on Demon Slayer because it was getting unnecessary hate and I had to take up for it. And I ain't even gonna lie. This anime caught more strays than Animal Control. I was down talking it. Matter of fact, I even put my family jewels on the line to that this anime was not as good as Demon Slayer Hashira Training Arc, which was the weakest season of Demon Slayer. That probably wasn't smart looking at it. I ain't even gonna lie, after I heard this intro music, someone please say hey D nuts, because it's not looking too good for me. This is one of the best intro songs I've heard in a minute. And listen, let me give y'all a spoiler-free synopsis. If you like Godzilla and monster guts, getting in the guts, hold on, I'm horny right now. But if you like, let me rephrase it. If you like petite women, Godzilla, and gore, do yourself a favor. Go watch it and then come back, my heart, because this is the anime for you. Like if you like the Godzilla, if you grew up watching that, like I think you cannot like anime and you grew up watching the Godzilla movies, you're gonna like this anime, in my opinion. But without further ado, let's get into a review. Kaiju number 8. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm willing to bet my entire life savings, my left nut, my dad's left nut, I'm willing to bet all that it's not better than Demon Slayer Season 6 was Hashira Training. And I know some people in the comments may be like, damn, they may be Hashira Training, but what you doing, throw training? Because you kind of glazing right now. But to that I say, your mama throw training, bitch. Like, so this is how we're gonna rate it. We judge this 1 through 10, things that matters. The villain. The villain has to be good. That's one thing I stress. A good villain. Plot that makes sense. And things that making sense has to make sense to make sense. And I like when things make sense. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm not very picky. I'll be fair, even though my testicles are on the line. But yeah, there are 12 episodes in this anime, and I'm gonna break them down 4 at a time. But I'm gonna talk about them vaguely, and as we get to each chapter, I'll get even more vague with it. So, our main character, his name is Kafka. Yeah, his name is Kafka, and he's a goofball. He's like anime Peter Griffin. He's a loser. He's 32. He's old. He's he's broke down, and he wants to join the D-Force. So the D-Force be slinging that D on monsters. They be getting in monster guts, getting in the Kaiju guts, you know, the Godzilla guts. So the D-Force is really hard to get into because he's a loser. And he wants to get into the D-Force really bad so he can be with his dominatrix girlfriend. Well, not his dominatrix girlfriend, but his dominatrix crush. Her name is, Mami? I'll remember it later. But
Oh, no, I was trying to join the D-Force to get to the P. Now how I'm gonna get to it now? Speaking of that, I got a P, but I don't have a D. So when my P gonna come out? Why do my nipples tickle?
Nigga, are you pissing out of your tit? The milk's gone bad.
I'm a monster. I'll never get my nipples sucked again.
And there's also a character with white hair. I know he's gonna be cold, so I'm gonna call him Diet Killua. That's gonna be his name in this analysis. But 2 butts. All right, by the second episode, I'm really starting to notice that the manga artist has a type that he likes. He likes some petite. He likes some skinny. Me, I like them thick. But I just want to say this: all women are beautiful in their own way. You can be fat and look like a shark in the face, but maybe your breath smell good, and that just turns me on. Maybe your breath smells like a fresh apple pie, and I just want to make you my little American pie. But that's just me. Let me get into it. Get back into it at least. So he goes to take the test to join the D-Force. And to get into the D-Force, he has to put on these suits. And these suits bring out power out of you. It basically makes you stronger. And he pulls out a 0.01%, the same measurements as his penis on the suit, and it's just pathetic. It's just this guy that looks like a cat, but he's no pussy nigga. He's with it. He's no pussy. He just looks like a cat half the time. Laughs at him and basically wants him on the team because he's funny. Remember that'll play a big role as to, spoiler alert, why he joins the D-Force, why he makes it at least. And there's another girl that might end up pegging him. Yes, she dominant. She's a little blonde white girl with a long black ego to stroke, and she's just stroking it, showing off, real daddy's girl. But you know what? I don't even dislike her like that. You'll kind of grow to like her. She has soft spots and she gets vulnerable sometimes. I'm sorry if that sounded sexual and creepy, but I really didn't mean for it to sound that way. But basically, they're doing the exam, and he's being asked. The only reason that they're considering him is because he knows the inside of the monsters because he was a cleaner. And I probably didn't mention that because I probably forgot, but you know, I remember it now, so that's why I mentioned it now. And the main villain shows up, and yeah, you know how I said the villain really matters? This villain's not good. He looks like the standard fentanyl user. Like, I feel like if I just offered him some fentanyl, he'll go away, go to sleep, and he's a zombie. That he looks like he looks like a crackhead that I saw on the street. That's what he looks like. And I'm sorry, crackheads just aren't intimidating to me. Like, I saw crackhead lick a tire as a kid. I saw crackheads take a bath in the dumpster as a kid. They're goofy. So I'm sorry, I just can't take them serious. But let's get into the next part of this analysis.
Dude, I am so high right now. But listen, all of you need to go in there and prove yourself by killing those monsters in bodysuits so I can laugh at bastards with pot bellies and small penis. I'm gonna be looking at camel toes too. Did I say that out loud? I'm not. Hey, cuz ain't got no print. I bet he smell like elephant ass. And I bet he pissing Mountain Dew bottles and smell him after you piss at him. Look at that ugly ass nigga. Not gonna lie, you gonna die virgin.
We're at work.
All right, so they survive the attack from the main villain because of plot armor. I mean, the main character's Kaiju form. So yeah, they just survive it, and then they go on their first mission. And on their first mission, Kafka, the main character, is goofy until the main villain shows up, basically. So until the main villain shows up, he's pretty much just looking at the monster's G-spot, looking at the dead bodies, getting the weaknesses, and reporting everything like that. While everybody else, including Diet Killua, is straight up draking the niggas down with switches, all type of futuristic switches, freeze rounds. They blitzing. So this is like episode 5 to 8 is where most of the action is. There's a lot of guns, and then there's a lot of there's some boxing because Kafka's Kaiju form, he do be throwing them hands. Now I'll give it to him. When he turns into a monster, he's badass. But even in his Kaiju form, he's still a goofball sometimes. Real life anime Peter Griffin type shit. He's looking for G spots and a way to contribute to the mission so he can get closer to standing next to Nina, his dominatrix. Now Nina, it may be called the D-Force, but it's led by P Power because she's badass. She got the biggest guns, she lets off the biggest loads, and yeah, I like her as a character. Even though the villain's weak, there's a lot of good characters. Like, there's some that I'm not even mentioning because, like I said, if you like what I'm talking about, then go watch the anime for yourself. I'm just finna wrap it up and then review it. So fights in this anime. There's diverse fights. There's a lot of diverse fights, I'll give that. The nigga that looks like a cat ends up, I ain't even gonna say that, but just know the nigga that looks like a cat, He's no pussy, as I said before. He's a dog. He's a cat dog. But I also find myself liking. Uh, I actually hate that I don't remember his name, but Daikilua. Yeah, he's one of those loyal friends that's loyal for no reason that you need in your life. Like, yeah, he's one of those, and I love him for it. He's like a puppy. So by the end of this anime, it turns into I'm Kaiju number 8, but my colleagues don't know I'm Kaiju number 8. Will I find out if I'm Kaiju number 8? I'm not gonna spoil that for you, but let me give y'all my thoughts on it. I do like the little triangle dynamic they have with the two Doms and the one Kafka, but Kafka only has one butthole for them to peg, so they have to one has to go. I like the love dynamic that's going on there, and I like Daikilua. I just like the guy. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I said, he's like a loyal dog. He's like old Yeller, but he's new white. That's what we'll call him. He's new white. The villain, like I said, the villain was very lame. He was your standard tweaker. That's what I think. Looks and all. But my final ranking, I'll give this anime a 7 out of 10 so I can keep my testicles. Yep, it's tied with Demon Slayer Hashirark. At least I think that's the rating I gave it. But yeah, it's tied with Demon Slayer Hashirark. I think it's just as good. And your first season managed to be as good as the worst season of Demon Slayer, the best anime out right now. Congratulations. I'm actually looking forward to season 2 of Kaiju number 8 because I think it can outdo the first season. I have high hopes for this anime. I think you should check it out. It gets a Kenny Plug stamp of approval. Until next time, I'll see you later. Love you.